it's Kristen. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to make a child-sized face mask with a filter pocket and nose wire. After I made the video sharing how to sew a DIY face mask, I got a ton of questions down in the comments for sizes for a child's mask. So I figured I would just go ahead and do a whole separate tutorial for a children's mask. A little disclaimer here that these masks shouldn't be used in place of the N95 masks or any of the personal protective equipment that the CDC recommends. If you have any questions and want to stay up to date on the latest information, definitely visit the CDC website. I'll put a link to it down below. And I'm definitely not making any claims as to the effectiveness of these masks to protect you or your child against any airborne illnesses. If you're interested in the adult size, you can click the link above. I'll link it up here in the cards as well as in the description below so you can get those sizes. In the other video, I got a few frequently asked questions, and so I'm just going to address them here really briefly just in case it's something that you may have a question about as well. The first one is filters. Everyone wants to know where to find a filter and what kind of filter they should use. That's really up to you. I'm going to link in the description some filters that I found on Amazon, and I've also heard that you can use HEPA filters, which is a type of air filter that you use like for your home. You can take it apart somehow, as well as vacuum bags, which are HEPA filters. So I don't have all that information though, so definitely Google it and do your own research on that. But I will link the filters that I found on Amazon down below. The other question I got a lot about is the nylon headbands that I used in place of elastic for these. And the reason why I did that is because elastic is sold out everywhere. Amazon's getting it back in stock occasionally. If they're already in stock, I'll link them in the description below. But I'm finding that these are actually nicer. They're stretchier, they're softer, they're easier to get your hands on, and they tie very easily. So if you need to adjust the size of the straps, you just tie it in a little knot and it makes it just really simple, and it's just so comfortable because it's so soft. Elastic sometimes can be a little bit irritating, especially if you have like a big knot in it. So these are not irritating at all and super soft. So I'll make sure to link the nylon headbands down below as well. And everything else in this tutorial that can be linked, I'll put it in the description box below. So I think that's everything. Let's just get right into the video. For this project, you'll need 100% cotton fabric, stretchy nylon headbands, needle and thread, scissors, something to measure with, and pipe cleaner. You'll also need an iron as well as a sewing machine. So to get started, we're going to cut our rectangle out. We're doing 14 inches long by 5.5 inches wide.
How much I love you. You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling just loving this moment. Can we stay here?
Fold your fabric in half, and we're going to use the pins to pin our filter pocket in place, and then we're going to sew the edges. As I mentioned, this is fully adjustable, so depending on the size of the filter you want to put inside, you can make it as wide or as small as you need. So we are just going to sew the edges up right to the pin and leave the center part open.
Forever, forever.
When you get close to the pin, go ahead and remove it and back stitch in that area just to reinforce.
You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment.
After you've done that, we're going to move the filter pocket to the center of our mask, and I'm just going to use my iron just to flatten that. Just kind of iron that down. It kind of just makes for a neater look. And next we're going to get our nylon headbands out and measure those. We're going to do 4.5 inches.
Forever, forever. I'm loving this moment.
I like to hand stitch these straps in. I just find it easier with this type of material. You could also just pin it in place and then use your sewing machine to sew down the edges, but I like to just use my needle and thread. I put a little knot on the end of it and just do a few stitches up and back just to make sure it's nice and secure.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever.
Then we're going to repeat the stitching by taking the nylon strap, making sure it's not folded or twisted, and go ahead and stick it in the bottom corner and stitch that up. And we're going to repeat that same process on the other side with the other nylon strap. Once you have the nylon pieces secured on either side, either with a pin or with hand stitching like I like to do, you just want to run a straight stitch down either side. Make sure that your nylon pieces are tucked inside the fabric and that they don't get caught in the machine while you're sewing. Now it's time to turn our mask inside out, and you can do that just by using the little filter pocket opening that we created. I like to use a pencil to kind of help poke out the corners. I use just the eraser end. I don't want to make any holes or anything. And after that, we're going to iron it flat. We are going to need something to measure, and we're going to start on the pleats. Measure 3 equal lines going across your mask, and we're going to use those to guide us in making the pleats. So we want to grab the fabric and make the very center of our pleat right where we made the mark with our pencil. Then you're just going to pinch the fabric up as evenly as you can and fold it over. And we're going to use our iron to press and hold everything in place until we can get it over to our sewing machine to sew down the pleats. We're just going to repeat this same process, pinching up the fabric right where we marked with our pencil and laying it down and using the iron. Okay, now let's head over to the sewing machine and do stitches straight down on either side to hold our pleats in place.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready?
It's time to put our nose wire in, so cut 3 inches of pipe cleaner. Make sure you fold the very ends over so we don't have any sharp pieces in the mask. You're going to use the filter pocket to slide this up all the way up to the top. You want to make sure the side that's facing out right now, the side that's facing towards my ironing board, has the pleats going down, not up. So that way you know that's the outside of the mask. We're gonna do a stitch right around each side of the pipe cleaner. As you can see, I'm just going right down by it. Make sure that you don't have the needle hit the metal part, or you might break the needle in your sewing machine. An easy way to keep the pipe cleaner from wiggling around is to make this corner. I'm gonna show you how to do it. We are going to make sure the needle is in the fabric, like so, and then you're gonna lift up the presser foot and just rotate your fabric and then go ahead and finish sewing. And there you have it. Now you have a child's mask with pleats in the front. We've got our nose wire as well as our filter pocket.
When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this.
Thank you for watching this video today. I really hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys and I try to respond to every single one. Again, thanks for watching this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
This high